Hello, lovely people. Last weekend, while cleaning my jewelry stock, I found this beautiful pair of earrings I created in 2021. I even have a matching bracelet on and also the necklace. This piece is one of my favorite wire wrap design. From the start, it was clear that this piece is not going to sell that fast. It's not because of the style, but due to the significant investment in the garnet gemstones. And I also added the pink sapphire rondelle that also cost a lot of money. I don't have a choice but to really put the price. So this listing is priced at $136. I love this style so much. I just decided to carry on. Maybe I wanted to test the market. I don't know what I was thinking back then. While the price tag might reflect the quality of the materials, it's noticeably higher than my average jewelry, which typically range from 40, 60, 70. This might explain maybe why these earrings are still available today. Well, to be fair, I had so much fun making this. That was the first time for me to buy a very expensive stones. So today what I'm gonna do is I'm going to modify these earrings. I don't know what am I gonna do with it. So without further ado, let's get to work.
The original piece is interchangeable. I absolutely love the arrangement of the stone, especially the herringbone wrap or garnet violet in the middle. And for the dangle, you can take it off and only wear the stud. Okay, diary keepers, what are we going to do with this? I'm going to remake the stud. It will be closed, so this piece will not anymore be detachable, but I'm contemplating if I should use the circle stud or keep the half circle shape. I'm going to make the stud first by picking up 20 gauge wire and cut a pair of 4 centimeter. Here I'm going to mark the wire using the Sharpie, half centimeter, 2, and then the next another half centimeter, and finally 1 centimeter for the stud. On the screen you can see the formula here to make it easier for you. Next, I'm grabbing a pair of silker pliers. You can see the diameter here, and make a half circle on the 2 centimeter segment. It looks like this. And now I'm going to fold in the left and right side of the half circle so that it will close the half circle, and make sure that the line is straight. So the half centimeters, both of them are going to meet in the middle, and make sure that it's really straight for the aesthetics purposes. Finally, with the leftover of 1 centimeter is to fold it perpendicularly to the half circle. It will serve as a stud. Here I'm preparing the edge so it can be file flat. I'm grabbing my tools. Please be careful using the power tool here. For the sake of the video, I'm shaving the edge without leaning on anything. It's quite dangerous actually. When you are processing the work with power tool, I really recommend you to be leaning on something, a table or V-slot. Moving back the gap, and I'm going to push the edge close to make sure that the edge that has been filed is touching the flat surface of the wire. Let's move on to the soldering process. I'm going to apply the flux all over the pieces, and here is my setup. I'm laying the half circle flat on the soldering block and apply the solder paste. The soldering paste is actually the same solder for the 14 karat yellow gold. Alright, fire, let's go ahead and watch the process, and like my other video that includes soldering gold field, you can see one of them here on the screen, or I will put the link in the description. Almost all the time I'm recording the whole process without fast forward. This way you can see how long the solder melt or how to point the fire. And for this one, it's exactly 1 minute. When the solder melt, I also like to move the component with the help of titanium pick, and make sure that the solder melts to the other side of the wire. Alright, let's put it into the pickle.
2 hours later.
The secret ingredient of the pickle is just a simple citric acid and warm water. Right now, I'm going to shape the half circle. Make sure that the both of the pieces have the same shape. And also, I'm going to hammer the surface to give it a little texture and harden it all at the same time. This is one of the most crucial steps in the process after soldering. The shaping phase will determine whether your jewelry looks polished or uneven. So take your time to shape, to hammer, texture, and harden the stud, as well as rounding the edges of the stud. This may seem a lot, but diary keepers, no pressure. Just take your time, okay? Alright, it's time to polish now. I'm going to show you two ways to polish. First is my usual way of polishing, which is using the aluminum oxide compound and just polish with the wheel. Make sure not to push too hard as it will definitely scar the gold field. And the second way of polishing is also using the polishing cloth that I've been using lately. I find it very useful, especially for those who does not have power tool. And because this polishing compound is already impregnated with the polishing powder solution. So for the gold field, I find it very nice and easier. At this point, my stud is ready. Now it's time to wire wrap. I'm taking 28 gauge wire and I just started with 10 centimeter. I know that I need it more, but for this time, it's okay. Right now, make a loop with the 28 gauge wire and link it to the stud earrings and close it by turning the leftover wire 2 to 3 turn. And after cutting, make sure that the wire is tucked in nicely so it will not dig in through the skin after. So now I'm putting in two briolets that is sitting next to each other, one left and one right side. And I'm going to use my round nose pliers and do the same like the other link. Just loop and 2 3 turns. Now with the leftover wire, here I'm going to straighten the loop here. Instead of cutting it, I'm going to continue wrapping the wire around the briolet. One time, one briolet, and the second one too. So it's going to look like there's a wire that is coming across the stones. Okay, once I arrive to the other end, I'm going to circle it one time or 2 times and return back doing the same thing. Now but this time is reaching to the other side of the briolet. So on the both side of the stone, you're going to see the wire wrapping across. Okay, and this I'm reaching to the end now, and I'm going to wrap 2 3 times and then cut it and tuck in using the flat nose pliers. That's it. That's it. We did it. I'm going to show you again how it's done using a different angle. Maybe it will help you. But for the moment, this is how it looked like. And now I'm going to continue linking the other stones and crystals. This is pretty much basic knowledge So you want to make an L shape and make a loop with a leftover wire. You're going to link whatever you want to link. This time I'm linking the herringbone, and I'm going to close 2 to 3 turns. 4 is also okay because this is a very thin wire. Cut the wire, thread in the stone. I'm using pink opal stone. So beautiful. The cut is in rondelle, I think. Yes, it is. And using the the round nose pliers, I'm going to make the same thing, but make sure that I'm pinching really tight um, the stone against the loop, the first loop that I make, because to avoid it to jiggle. That's it. That's how you make it. And I'm gonna go ahead and continue doing the same thing all the way to the end of the stone. You may see that I am comparing this piece with another earrings in green. The reason why I'm doing it because I want it to be having the same length. You will see the reason why later. And here, as promised, I'm making the same herringbone wire wrap again. And this time I am using a different angle, and hopefully the light is better in this angle. I'm going to not making any comments so that you can concentrate on watching the process. Okay, diary keepers, this is it. So in summary, for the revised version, I'm keeping the herringbone style wire wrap in the middle. That gives a little bit of a handmade allure into this pair, which I really love. Only this time I'm using only 2 bralettes. I also replaced the pink sapphire with pink opal, which is smaller. So bonus for the ear loop, it's lighter. Also, the other gemstones replaced with Swarovski crystals. I also designed them to be longer, allowing the option to tuck the end at the back, providing 2 ways to wear these earrings. I love offering choices for my client. Sometimes you might get bored with a single pair, and this interchangeable option serves as a great alternative. And lastly, the most noticeable difference is the size of the half circle, which is half as little. Personally, I like it because it's cute, but I still prefer the large shape. That's the only thing I think I should tweak some more here. So here is the pieces when it's long and the comparison when it's tucked in. And I'm going to show you how it looked like side by side. Here, the one on the left is the newer version, while the one on the right is the original. Do you think I've successfully designed the revised version? Please share your thought in the comments below. Thank you.
I really hope that you pick up some useful tips from today's video. Now that you have a little bit of a glimpse of what is working and what is not working. This is really from my point of view and very subjective. It might not apply to you at all. You could be out there creating the most beautiful, luxurious pieces with lots of stone that are pricier, which is, I think it's my dream. And that could be exactly what your market likes. In any way, I encourage you to always try different things and never ever give up. If jewelry making is your hobby, you might like my last week videos where I show you how to make a pair of stud earrings with only using 2 pliers and a cutters, and you can even purchase the kit. It's still available. I will link the video here and the shop on the description below. For the first 10 purchases, you will get a free second pair in sterling silver, and don't forget to choose the stone of your preference by sending me convo or a message along with your purchase. Well, take care, be kind to yourself and others. See you on the next video. Goodbye.